As with investing, I believe it's a solid idea to maintain a diverse gaming portfolio. Credit to my man Loki for putting it so succinctly. You should follow him on Twitter. He's a solid, no BS dude that plays a ton of games. What I mean by having a diverse gaming portfolio is that I like to have a few different types of games available and installed for whatever situation's needed. Do I want to sink into a story-driven action RPG? I'll play some Yakuza. Want to relax with some peaceful space exploration while listening to some podcasts? No Man's Sky or maybe some Space Trucker will get the nod. Build up a country's economy and rule it as a benevolent dictator? Let's book our tickets to Tropico. And sometimes you just need a game that's just pure fun and addictive gameplay. And lately, I've been lucky to stumble upon a few demos that have really delivered on that. Sandripper is a top-down roguelike bullet hell shooter, developed by solo developer Mackenzie Palmer. If you're looking at the game and thinking, wow, that really reminds me of Nuclear Throne, then you're bang on. According to the developer, Nuclear Throne is one of this game's influences. It's currently targeting a release date of March 2025 and will be available for PC for the low cost of $7, or whatever the equivalent is in your currency. And judging by the recommended specs, this game should run on pretty much damn near anything. So let's talk about the game itself. In Sandripper, you control a dual-wielding, nuclear missile-powered hover tank. Alright, we're off to a good start so far. Your goal? Fend off as many waves as you can. Why? Shut up, that's why. Your name? Doesn't matter. Your task? Destruction. Standing against you are waves upon waves of enemy tanks of all shapes and sizes, planes, airships, turrets, angry cubes, whatever the hell that thing is, and dropships full of aliens that split off into smaller aliens. Whatever, don't think about it too much, because there's no explanation for why they're in the game. At least not in the demo anyway. At your disposal is an array of weapons that can be broken down by the type of damage they deal. The Gatling gun, submachine gun, and Dragon's Rage all deliver kinetic damage while being weak against shielded enemies. Those are the ones in a blue outline. The plasma rifle, mag cannon, and neutrino cannon deal high amounts of shield damage, and in some cases kinetic damage as well. However, each weapon has its own unique characteristics beyond that. The Gatling gun fires a quick barrage of weak shots, which is great for lightly armored targets. Prolonged firing of the Gatling gun hurts its accuracy, so it's best to use this one in short bursts. Dragon's Rage is an interesting weapon, firing like a shotgun in front of the hover tank when it's cold, but gradually increasing to a 360-degree arc as it warms up. This weapon will light enemies on fire, delivering constant burn damage, but you need to watch to make sure that you don't overheat it. The submachine gun has limited range, and its fire rate and accuracy are both tied to your engine's heat. The hotter it is, the better, so don't shy away from the boost button. The plasma rifle is relatively weak, but deals both shield and kinetic damage. It also has a chance of setting enemies ablaze, which will deliver constant burn damage. By the way, later on, you can actually get an upgrade that'll make burning enemies explode and deal area of effect damage as well. It's really cool. The mag cannon is a chargeable weapon that offers two different fire modes, depending on how long it's charged. A quick uncharged shot will result in a scattered shotgun-like blast. However, charging the shot turns it into a much more focused and powerful railgun. Keep an eye on your ammo with this one though, because it's a hog. The last weapon in the demo is the neutrino cannon, which fires a single projectile that breaks off into multiple parts, damaging enemies in every direction. The further those scattered shots travel, the more damage they do. But more so than the mag cannon, you really have to watch your ammo with this weapon. If all else fails, there's still one final option. Show your enemies the business end of your tank and let off one nasty nuclear fart in their general direction.
In your general direction.
Any enemies hit with this will be soaked in radiation, which will make them much more vulnerable to your attacks. Build up your engine heat for maximum radiation coverage. After laying waste to a wave, you can customize your trusty hover tank to increase your available ammo, weapon range, attack damage, speed, bullet homing. The demo actually has quite a few options. A couple of favorites are the thermal ammo converter, which generates ammo as you're boosting, and weapons free, which allows you to fire while boosting. It creates an amazing synergy that allows you to boot around the map untouched, unload all of your ammo, then boost away to generate more ammo. You'll find your own synergies to use, but this was a combination that I loved. Destroying your enemies quickly will increase your point multiplier, making it easier to get a sweet spot on the leaderboards. However, your multiplier will begin to lower the longer you go without hurting something or whenever you take damage, so maintaining pressure while keeping yourself stocked with ammo will be a challenge. After your run, you can see how well you did against others on the leaderboards. Which leaderboards depends on the type of game mode you're playing. Right now there are going to be 2 leaderboards, one for endless mode, which will have a new leaderboard each day so you can see how you fare against others. Seeding for this one will be random, and one for weekly seeded mode, using the same seeded run to ensure a level playing field. This will be a truly accurate way to assess your skill against the competition. The demo currently has 2 stages, but that doesn't mean it's over quickly. The second stage in particular is much more challenging than the first one, and features multiple bosses, all highly mobile and highly dangerous. All in all, the game performed extremely well, crashing only once in the entire time I played it. There's no music in the demo, so you do have to bring your own. I'm not sure if this is by design or if it just wasn't included in the demo. We'll have to wait and see. I do have to talk a bit about the controls because they did take a bit of getting used to for me. I was using keyboard and mouse to play, but you can use a controller to play Sandripper. There's actually 2 different sets of motion controls, one for regular movement of the hovertank and one for when you're boosting. The regular movement controls for the hovertank will use WASD, but as soon as you start boosting with a shift key, you actually have to direct your hovertank with your targeting reticle, which means you gotta use your mouse. It could take a little bit of time to get used to. All in all, this is going to be a day 1 buy for me. It's good, mindless fun with non-stop action, and sometimes you just need that. It also doesn't really need a big time commitment to play a run. The price is going to be fairly low, and the roguelike elements will make sure that you have a lot of replayability with it. And despite the number of times I've died in this game, I've never once felt frustrated. More than likely, I would probably just start another run and try not to make the same stupid mistake I made the previous time. That's it for this video, but I do have a couple of questions for you. Have you played Sandripper? If so, what did you think? And also, do you play multiple games at once, or do you just have one going at a time? If you like this video, you can let me know by clicking the thumbs up, or you can subscribe if you want to see more like this. Until next time, go out there and play some fun-ass games. I'm going to keep playing this. So long, everybody.